Hi, my name is Josh Zander. I'm the teaching professional here at Stanford University Golf Course and host teaching professional for My Smart Golf. Today I want to talk about releasing your putter. You hear this term releasing the putter on the tour all the time. Well, what does it really mean? Well, all it really means is that on the forward stroke, the putter head releases past your hands. Kind of like this. A block of the putter would be where you move the handle ahead and the putter stops. Now, if you want to be a really great putter, you should move your putter the way a pendulum moves. Now, a pendulum has a fixed point of suspension, so this end doesn't move. And notice how the putter is releasing past that point. The belly putter is a great way to understand this concept. The whole point of a belly putter is that you get to anchor it to your body. So now here's your fixed point of suspension. And then you can go ahead and let the pendulum swing from there. Now, one of the pieces of information about putting you always hear is don't use your wrists. I disagree with that. I'm not going to say putting is a wristy action, but your wrists have to work correctly. So I'm going to have you focus in on what I'm doing with my hands as I putt. Notice on the backswing, as I swing back, my right wrist will bend. The farther back I go, the more it'll bend. On the way through, the right wrist flattens. It's very flat now. The putter head has released past my hands, and part of that release is letting that right wrist flatten. If you look how the left wrist works, as you go back, that tends to flatten, and as you go through, the left wrist will bend. If you didn't, you would have a blocking motion. Notice how here I still have a flat left wrist and a bent back right wrist. So again, in order to work like a pendulum motion, you want to let your right wrist bend on the backswing and your left wrist flatten, and let your right wrist flatten on the forward swing and the left wrist bend. That way you will be releasing your putter. Now, why is releasing your putter important? It's important because it delivers the energy where it's supposed to be, in the club head. When you block a putt and you move the handle ahead like that, notice how the putter head almost retreats. It's slowing down. And you always hear that you want to accelerate your putter. Well, if you release, you will get putter acceleration. Another way to think about getting the energy in the head is, let's say I've got a few balls, I've just hit a couple putts, and I want to go chip from the other side of the green, so I'm going to go ahead and whack a ball over there so I can chip from there. Now, I just whacked that ball about 50 feet. Notice what happened there. I didn't whack it by having the handle lead. I whacked it by letting the putter head release past my hands. So not using your wrists is incorrect, but you do want to use your wrists correctly. Now, I don't want you to leave this video thinking, oh, Josh Zander says you want to putt using your wrists and it's a wristy stroke. Well, this would be a poor wristy stroke. Guess what? This is not pointing at the same spot in just above my belly button here. If I putted correctly using my wrist as I swung back, this would still point at the same spot, and as I swung through, that would point at the same spot. But if I use my wrist too much on the way back, this is going to point left of my body, and if I use my wrist too much on the way through, this is pointing right of my body, so I've lost my pendulum. I want you to keep your pendulum. How do you practice this? Get a belly putter, or simply put the putter just above your belly button or in your belly button, get a feel for what it's like to release the putter head. Now I want to show you one last tip on how to really learn the release. It's called my 2T drill. The 2T drill is a great way to learn how to release your putter head. Simply put 2 T's into the ground, but make it less wide than your putter head, but wide enough to get a golf ball right between the two. And now what you're going to do, and you can do this with maybe a 5 or 6 foot putt, simply whack the tees. Notice that got the butt end of the club pointed right back towards my belly button. I didn't whack the tees by going like that. I could never get there. I whacked the tees by allowing the putter head to release. And you'll be amazed how much energy is on that golf ball, and you'll start knocking in your putts like the tour players do into the back of the cup rather than dying them in the front. I see too many amateurs blocking their putts. They tend to try to lock up their wrists And then what ends up happening is there's no energy in the putter head. And when there's no energy in the putter head, guess what? You're going to have to start moving other body parts. I see amateurs trying to get the ball to the hole with their bodies, trying to get the ball in the hole with their head. Great putters keep their bodies and their head still and allow the putter to have all the energy. I just hit that putt 40 feet. Not a very big stroke. I remember watching Tiger a few years ago at Torrey Pines. He hit a shot onto a par 5 onto the green, but very short and right, and he had an uphill 65-foot putt. The announcer's saying, boy, this is the slowest putt on the green. It's uphill, it's into the grain, he's playing later in the day, so the green is very slow, and he had to really whack that ball to get it to the hole. Well, he got up there and he made a stroke, look, no bigger than this. The ball went right into the back of the cup, eagle. He had the putter head releasing into the ball, so there was a lot of energy in the head. A lot of people will tell you you want to accelerate through the ball, and I absolutely 100% agree with that. A pendulum will guarantee that you're accelerating into the ball. Does this mean that your follow-through has to be longer than your backswing? Absolutely not. If you take a pendulum and you swing it back and through, it swings back and through the same distance. Same distance back, same distance through. Now, if I put a ball in front of that, some of the energy from the head is going to get transferred to the ball, and that will actually slow the putter head on the way through. Is it a good thing to think about making your putter go shorter through than back? No, just try to make it go back and through like a pendulum, and if it finishes up a little bit shorter than back, that's fine. That's actually what should happen. So to review, we want you to release your putter head. In order to release your putter head, you need to swing the putter like a pendulum. In order to swing the putter like a pendulum, feel it by putting the putter into your body or use a belly putter to practice and start to sense the correct motion of your wrist. Don't immobilize your wrist, just sense the correct motion of your wrist. If you do that, your ball will come off with a lot more energy, the ball will roll a lot more solidly over the bumps on the greens, and you'll score a lot lower. For the best shot tracking and game analysis resource on the web, and for more videos, go to www.mysmartgolf.com.